I'd like to call the planning development to order, please. Could we please take a seat? Let's go, Rob. I'm going to get on him. You're 3 minutes late. I'd like to call Planning Development Committee to order, please. Could I have a roll?
Councilor Walker.
Here.
Councilor McBroody. Councilor Corradino.
Here. Could I get approval for the minutes for April 3rd, 2023? Councilor McBroody, Councilor Cordino.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor McBroody.
Yes.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
Going to old business. We have no old business. We'll go right to communication. Number one, city engineer Jeff Hinderleiter requests authorization for public hearing regarding proposal local law number 3 of the year 2023. The local law amending chapter 133 flood damage prevention of the code of the city of Oswego, New York. Mr. Hinderleiter.
Good evening. So recently, FEMA, which manages the flood insurance program for the United States of America, with which we participate as a flood community, updated their maps. The updates include the coastal area along Lake Ontario for flooding due to wave action, which is a new category for flood maps. They call it coastal zones. And as we know from the floods that we've experienced here when the lake levels have been high, there are places that were impacted, including property of the city of Oswego, that was impacted by wave action more than the actual flood basin level of the lake. And so the government, recognizing that, expanded the flood insurance areas that are required to have flood insurance, mainly for banks and mortgages. And so for us to continue participation in that insurance program, we have to update our local laws to meet both state and federal standards. And so you'll see in your packet are the proposed changes. They have been vetted with the DEC. They have reviewed and made adjustments to make sure that they are in accordance with their wishes. And so I encourage you to be familiar with them, particularly if you have constituents who are along. So really we're talking our wards 1 and 2 are your people most impacted by these changes. And really what you'll see if you're interested in looking at the maps is just that we have a new zone that really is called Coastal A Zone, spot where wave action can actually impact the properties.
How many residents is this going to impact the city of Oswego?
So as far as new people who haven't experienced this, few to none. The people who this area who mainly would be impacted by this, they already live in a coastal erosion zone, which already brings, so we're talking Smith Beach Road,
yep, that
area of the city. The east side otherwise doesn't have any residents who live along there. We have a sewer plant on the east side that we are already protected from. We have a berm between us and the lake. And on the west side, we don't have very many residents who actually own coastal property on the west side either. Right. So the impact of this is minimal. Outside of here, we do have impacts. We see like neighboring communities where there's increased flooding up the riverine areas. Yep. But for us, there's not really a regulatory impact.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions, concerns? Can I get a motion? Councilor Cordino, Councilor McBroody.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor McBroody.
Yes.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
Seeing no more new business, could I get a motion to adjourn, please? Councilor Cordino, Councilor McBroody.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Councilor McBroody.
Yes.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to open the Administrative Services Committee meeting. Please call the roll.
Councilor Corradino.
Here.
Councilor McBroody.
Here.
Councilor Vannucci.
Here.
Councilor Plunkett.
Here.
Councilor Burridge.
Here. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of the September 18th, 2023 committee meeting. Councilor Plunkett, Councilor Burridge.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
Councilor McBroody.
Yes.
Councilor Vannucci.
Yes.
Councilor Plunkett.
Yes.
Councilor Burridge.
Yes. Any old business? Seeing none. Item number 1 under communication. City Chamberlain Deborah Code requests authorization to complete a transfer of funds within the Enterprise Fund for debt service. Mrs. Code?
Thank you, Councilor. This is for EFC project for our sewer separation 1908 and 1909. It's ready to go long-term. However, which requires another short-term payment, which I have budgeted in the debt service in case we needed it, so I just have to move it to the proper line item.
All right, very good. Any questions for our city chamberlain, from the council, from the public? May I have a motion, please? Counselor McBrearty, Counselor Vanucci.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Item 2, the Office of Economic Development requests authorization for the city chamberlain to complete a budget amendment in the amount of $120,000 to the Tourism Contracted Services account to continue organizing events for the city of Oswego and further authorize the mayor and director of community development to sign any necessary documents for these events. I see we have Amy here. Could you please walk up to the microphone?
Hello. You all have packets. For the front sheet is a summary of what we have spent and are projected to spend on events for 2023. So we have the summer concert series, the Independence Day celebration, which included the parade and the block party, both. Family Fun Days, which was the 2-day event in August. Pumpkin Fest is our sponsorship that we give directly to the YMCA to use at their discretion. Creepy Crawl, which will be coming up in late October here, and the tree lighting, which is November 25th. So those are the budget lines. And if you want to see them itemized, I have all of the costs printed out in your packet. So if you have any questions related to that, I would be happy to answer.
All right, do we have any questions from the council for Amy Murphy? Yes, Councilor Walker.
What do we budget for next year? Are we gonna come back and do this again, you know?
That's a great question. We've got 52-ish in the budget for special events for next year. So we have talked about how we can cut back a little bit on expenses, but we probably would need to add to that for next year. If we want to look similar to,
Anybody else? Public? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Counselor Burge, Counselor Vanucci.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Thank you.
thank you.
Item 3, Tim Rice, Commissioner of Public Works, Parks and Recreation, requests authorization for the city chamberlain to complete a budget amendment in the amount of $75,000 to the street maintenance materials and supplies account for asphalt and concrete purchases. Commissioner Rice, you're up.
Self-explanatory, just to pay our current bills from this summer, and our last projects are the Garrett Dunsmore Memorial Bench Park patio / walkway, if you notice, down near the basketball courts. St. Mary's Church on Cuga, pretty much all of Cuga Street. Sloan Mansion, which is pretty much all of West 8th. And then another emergent job down at the McRobey building on the ADA ramp. And that'll be it for our concrete work and for the summer.
For the summer, yes, since it's October. Any questions from the council on this particular request from the public? Seeing none, can I have a motion? Counselor Vanucci, Counselor Plunkett.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Item 4, Tim Rice, Commissioner of Public Works, Parks and Recreation, requests authorization for the city chairman to complete several intra-departmental transfers of funds in a total amount of $55,000 for various purchases. Commissioner Rice, you're up.
All of this is to put a water meter up at Legends Field. There currently is none. They have their project coming in. They'll be using a bunch of water to water the grass after they tear all that up when they put the turf in and such. And as we're starting to do on city buildings, it'll also tell if you have a leak, if you have it metered. In the breakdown of that, the money from the sewer enterprise fund is because we have to offset the current force main to set a pit. We have to put a big vault in for the meter and a backflow device. The meter That comes from the Water Enterprise Fund. I know it's not, Debbie, I'm being funny. It's the Water Fund. And the rest of the money is for the gravel and the piping and everything to get this in there before we turn it over to Counselor Walker to pave it. And we have a tight schedule to get our work done, and he immediately comes after us.
All right, very good. And this is, this is all because the county's taking over the operation, or the ownership, I should say.
It is, and like I said, we wouldn't have been in such a hurry, but we would have put one in, because it would have told us if we have leaks.
Well, it's part of that contract with Siemens. They're putting meters in all the
Yes.
buildings in the city, so we can identify, we're not going to bill ourselves, but we're going to be able to identify if there's a leak in one of our buildings,
Yeah.
which is a great idea.
It is.
Anybody have any questions from the council for Commissioner Rice, from the public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Plunkett, Counselor McBrearty.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Item 5, the Zoning and Planning Office requests the permission to use of public space granted to Gregory Francis pursuant to Resolution Number 243 dated August 15th, 2023, be revoked. Is there anybody here to speak to that? I actually got a call from our city clerk, Mark Tesorerio, and this particular person who was asking for this use never followed through and gave us the documentation for the insurance and making sure that the city was protected. And because that person didn't come through with the information that was required, we're rescinding that application. So, and that's over on 2nd Street. Anybody else have any questions on that one from the public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Burridge, Counselor McBrearty.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Item 6, Police Chief Philip Cady is requesting authorization for the city chamberlain to accept a donation in the amount of $750 from Stewards Shops for the police department's therapy dog program. Chief Cady?
Thanks. Good evening, everybody. Self-explanatory, the therapy dog that we added to the department, Stewart Shops graciously gave us $750 towards food and maintenance. So looking to have that accepted.
We always like to accept money. That's always a good resolution. Anybody have any questions or concerns on this one from the council, from the public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Vanucci, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Item number 7, Police Chief Philip Cady requests authorization for the city chamberlain to accept the award of 2 grants totaling $41,379 from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services to upgrade the department's radio and live scan equipment. Chief Cady?
So this will allow us to buy 5 new portable radios as part of that grant, and then the second part, the live scan equipment, that's what we use to electronically fingerprint people. So this upgraded equipment will allow us to interface directly with our reporting system, so guys and girls don't have to enter the information twice anymore, and it just kind of just brings us into 2023 with the equipment.
All right, very good. More good news, more grant money coming our way. Any questions or concerns from the council? From the public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Burridge, Counselor Plunkett.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Item 8, looks like the police chief has been busy here. Item 8, Police Chief Philip Cady requests discussion regarding the New York State Police Traffic Safety Services Program Grant Award and seeks authorization for the mayor to sign the required documents for the Oswego Police Department to participate in the program. Chief Cady?
So this is about $22,000 in grant money. It provides for overtime coverage for enhanced traffic safety. Part of that grant is for pedestrian safety. In 2018, we had 18 car in 2022, we had 18 car pedestrian accidents. And so far in 2023, we've had 20. So our numbers are on the rise. This will allow us to add extra patrols for crosswalk details, speed enforcement along Bridge Street, things of those nature, and in the First Ward.
All right, any questions from the council? Yes,
Well,
Councilor.
just a comment, I think it's a great program, I'm out biking every day, and it seems like it gets more dangerous every day. People, it's amazing, especially in the afternoon, I mean, people running through the stop signs, come pulling out halfway, going out. I'm just saying, really, it really is a great thing, because we need it, because other people are gonna get hurt. Like you said, we already have more injuries this year, there's 20 accidents already, and 18 last year. We still got a couple months left in
Right.
Waterbury.
Yep.
It's dangerous out there, I mean, I'm just saying, it is, believe me, you gotta really be careful if you're pedestrian, Main Street, so I hope it helps.
All right, very good. Anybody else? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Venucci, Counselor Burge.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBurney.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Item number 9, Police Chief Philip Cady requests discussion regarding New York State's Highway Safety Program Grant Award and seeks authorization for the mayor to sign the required documents for the Oswego Police Department to participate in the program. Number 9.
Yeah, I don't have a number 9, but that's the same thing. It's part of the same grant.
Same, well,
Traffic safety and
it's a-
enforcement.
It's actually on here twice. It looks to be well, no, one is the Police Traffic Safety Services Program, and this is the New York State Highway Safety Program.
Yep, so there's 2 grants
There's
for
2.
traffic safety, and it's $22,000 split.
Okay, got it. Any questions from the council, from the public? Can I have a motion? Counselor Plunkett, Counselor Venucci.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBurney.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Item 10, Police Chief Philip Cady and Director of Information Technology Chris Baker request a discussion regarding an upgrade to the police department's current laser and body cameras.
Okay,
Katie?
so we currently are contracted with Axon for our body-worn cameras, tasers. We had several different accounts, and we were looking to combine all of our accounts. So right now, I have approximately $80,000 in my budget for next year for Axon. As you can see, next year bumps up to almost $150,000. The main reason why, when we got looking at it, and Axon actually reached out to us, we were doubling our storage capacity for saved videos, which Chris is going to talk to that a little bit. But so the cost is going up significantly mainly because of the storage and storage fees. The cameras that we purchased after the 2020, when we had to do the reinvention of law enforcement program for New York State, those cameras are starting to wear out. Similar to like your cell phone, after about 2 years, the batteries stop saving. And the guys and girls aren't getting through a 12-hour shift with those. So part of this program, in 2.5 years, the cameras we'll be getting with this program, we'll get all new cameras in 2.5 years as part of this 5-year contract. So did you want to speak to the other stuff, the drone and the?
Yep, absolutely. A couple of things just to follow up with that. You know, right now they're using about 50% more storage than Axon has allotted us. And normally they charge by the gig, which is a significant amount more versus what they're currently allowing you to store. So we've been able to discuss with them and talk to them about how if we were to move forward with something like this, they won't, retro bill us for all the overages we've had. And within the new quote in the new program, we'll be allotted unlimited storage. So that will include storage for all the body cams. As they get better, quality increases, which takes up more space. Within that too, they're giving us access to Axon Air, which is partnered with DroneSense, the current program that we're using to fly drones. But it will give us added features where when the officers are actually flying, it will automatically upload and tag those flights into evidence.com so that we don't need to manually pull that data or potentially forget to record it. And with today's needing to have backups of everything and evidence, and FOIL requests, we'll be able to have all of that backed up in real time to evidence.com on their redundant servers. And with the unlimited storage, we won't be hit with any more overage charges.
Also, as part of this, this program, they've come up with a virtual reality training, so the goggles basically for training. That's part of this program. The original equipment we bought in 2020 as part of the reinvention program is now considered to be obsolete, so that'll be part of this. But I think mainly the storage, and in 2.5 years, having the cameras upgraded without having to come back to council will be a huge weight off of our shoulders and yours.
Quick question, you talked about the storage, and we've exceeded our capacity. I mean, how does that work as far as the storage? Is this like lifetime storage, you know, when you have the camera on and you're videotaping some incident? I mean, is that something we keep forever, or?
Essentially, we need to keep it for, I don't know exactly how long.
Felonies are 50 years, misdemeanors upwards of 25 years if the case hasn't been closed. We have different time periods for different cases, but some cases will, they'll be stored for an infinite period of time.
So as time goes on, we need more and more storage, so if we go unlimited, that's the way to go.
Correct, absolutely.
And this is all, it's all new. I mean, with record keeping, there's always defined dates and times you had to keep stuff, but now with adding video into it and storage, that's not, we don't have a hard paper copy of it. We have to store it in a file per se.
And now everything that they do when their body cams are activated, as soon as they dock them at the station, it uploads everything that's been recorded automatically. So, and all of it gets kept and tagged, and if we've got to keep some of that for 50 years, we're just gonna keep eating up more storage because we can't actually delete anything off of evidence.com.
Side question here that is something that's been in the news recently. Do those body-worn cameras activate when they pull their guns, or do they have to push the button?
So currently, if we turn the lights on in the car, the camera turns on automatically, turns the emergency lights on in the car, or if they unholster their taser, the camera automatically turns on if it's not on. With this program, we'll have that, and if their gun is unholstered, the camera will automatically turn on.
That's an important feature, given today's news that we hear about.
Yep.
Okay. Any questions from the council for either of these gentlemen? From the public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Burge, Counselor Vanucci.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBroody.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Thank you. Item 11, Fire Chief Paul Canzone requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to complete a transfer of funds in the amount of $9,000 from the Fire Department Ambulance Supplies Account to the Fire Department Clothing Allowance Account to cover uniform purchases. Chief Canzone?
Good evening. This is an interdepartmental transfer, $9,000, like Counselor said, just to pay for a couple sets of turnout gear. Turnout gear's gone up, so we use the 480 account for both uniforms and turnout gear for the firemen. So it's going to help us pay for a couple more sets for the rest of the year. So just prioritizing some spending within the budget.
Is this because we have more new firefighters?
Well, it's just when they go to the academy, we send them in old gear and it gets torn up. So sometimes we're able to use it a couple of times. Not suitable to go into a house fire, but suitable to crawl around in a block building to tear up. So this just will outfit a couple more people. So and it expires after about 10 years if it lasts 10 years. So it's going to be a challenge, but we increase the budget next year, so we should be good moving forward.
All right, very good. Any questions for Chief Canzone from the council? From the public? Can I have a motion, please?
Thank you.
Counselor Plunkett, Counselor McBroody.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBroody.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Item 12, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to complete a budget amendment in the amount of $36,592.16 to the Engineering Contracted Services account for new flooring throughout City Hall's third floor. Is there anybody from the third floor to speak to this? I mean, I guess I'll take a shot at this. I think we've all been on the third floor, and according to our packet, it's been over 40 years since that flooring has been replaced. I think we all saw that. Does anybody have any issues with that, every 40 years, putting new flooring down on the council? Yes, Councilor, City Chamberlain.
I think we need to talk to the city engineer and see why it's going to
So should we change that? Okay. All right. Well, tonight we'll either pass or fail it based on the request. Right, okay. All right, anybody else have any questions on the council, on the public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Vanucci, Counselor Plunkett.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Item 13, City Attorney Kevin Caracoli seeks authorization for the City Chamberlain to complete a budget amendment in the amount of $6,117.64 to the Law Department miscellaneous account to pay back taxes due to Oswego County on several delinquent properties located in the city of Oswego. Mr. Caracoli?
Mr. Chairman, thank you, and I'd like it noted on the record that I am the city official tonight coming to ask for the least amount of money.
It's noted in the record.
And as you all know, our program is quite successful in turning these delinquent properties that the city ends up owning and putting them out to public bid, and that the $6,117.64, which is the county portion of the city properties that we are essentially reimbursing the county for. That's 5 separate properties. I'm fairly confident that we'll be able to recover that money and then some once we put these properties out for bid at some point in the future. But for tonight, I'm just asking for the authorization along with the City Chamberlain to pay the county. The properties are already in our name, but we're doing this on good faith with the county and ask for your support. Happy to answer any questions.
It doesn't say here in the description, but there was how many properties? 4 or 5?
Five properties.
5?
Yep. They are listed if you care to.
I know they were listed in our packet.
Yeah.
Did you want to read them?
If I can pull it up here quick. Give me a second. Let's see. For the public's reference, they are 13 East 7th Street, 32 East Utica Street, 14 East 8th Street, 136 East 12th Street, and 159 East Cayuga Street.
All right, very good. Any
Mix.
questions from the council? From the public? Can I have a motion, please? Councilor McBrearty, Councilor Burridge.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Item 14, City Attorney Kevin Caracoli requests an executive session to discuss proposed, pending, or current litigation. At this time, I'm asking for a motion to go to recess. Counselor Plunkett, Counselor Vanucci.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Vanucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.